Hi, ChatGPT, can you hear me?
Hey, I'm here and ready to help. What can I do for you today?
Yes. Now I have in my mind how to set goals effectively, turning dream into achievable success.
That's a great question. So, one way is to really anchor it in a future vision or a goal, right? Think about the dream you have and then describe what daily success looks like once you achieve it. The idea is to make it feel real and reachable so your reader can almost step into that future with you.
Okay, ChatGPT. Now, as you know, every successful achievement begins with a clear goal. However, many people have dreams without creating a realistic plan to achieve them.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. So that's where intentional action steps come in. Once you ground the dream in a vivid vision, you break it down. What's the smallest next step? What habits or skills will bring you closer? That way, the dream doesn't just stay a dream, it becomes a plan. Does that sound like what you're aiming for?
Yes, absolutely right. Effective goal setting
Awesome.
provides direction, increases motivation, improve focus, and help us measure our progress. So, whatever
Exactly.
goals are related to education, business, career, health, or personal development, having
That's a
in right
great.
strategy can make the difference between wishing for success and actually achieving it. So, in this discussion, I would like to explore how to set meaningful goals, overcome obstacles, and stay committed until those goals become reality.
I love that focus. So I think a good starting point is really defining what meaningful means to you. Like, why does each goal matter? Then we can build a system, like breaking them down into smaller milestones. And we'll also talk about how to keep yourself accountable, like using check ins or a reward system. Sound good?
Yes. Okay, so can you tell me what is the difference between a dream and a well defined goal?
Great question. So, a dream is kind of that big abstract vision. It's what you hope for, but it might not have a clear path yet. A well defined goal, on the other hand, is specific, measurable, and time based. It's got steps attached, so you know exactly what you need to do and by when. And that clarity is what turns a dream into something you can actually achieve.
Okay, ChatGPT, why is goal setting
I'm
important for
glad.
personal and professional success?
Absolutely. Goals give you that clarity and direction so you don't just drift, you have a roadmap. And for professionals, it's especially key because it helps you prioritize, stay motivated, and measure progress. So every step moves you closer to that bigger vision.
Okay, so what characteristics make goal realistic and achievable?
Yeah, so the key is to keep them specific, measurable, and time bound. Start with a clear outcome, like I want to increase my business revenue by 20% in 6 months. Then break it down into small, actionable steps and check in regularly to see progress. That way, you know exactly what's doable and you can adjust if needed.
Yes, absolutely right. So, what is the SMART? goal framework and how can it help people achieve better results?
Yeah, so the SMART framework is a classic. It stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Basically, it ensures your goals are crystal clear, realistic, and have a deadline. And by being all those things, it keeps you focused and accountable, which is why a lot of people find it so effective.
Okay, so
Yeah,
what
exactly.
role
And
does self discipline play in achieving long term goals?
That's a great point. Daily habits create that consistency. When you tie those small intentional actions to your bigger vision, they build momentum. So every day you're reinforcing progress. And over time, that's what turns long term goals into real achievements.
Okay, why is consistency often more important than perfection? ChatGPT. Okay, ChatGPT. Hello, ChatGPT.
Hey, Fatima, great to have you here. What's on your mind today?
Yes, ChatGPT. How can time management help people stay focused on their goals?
That's a great question. So, when we manage our time well, we actually reduce distractions, right? We create space for deep work and we avoid procrastination. So, basically, by prioritizing and blocking time for key tasks, people can keep their energy and focus aligned with their bigger goals.
Okay, so what are the biggest distractions? Like, as you know.
So, some of the biggest distractions tend to be things like social media, constant notifications, and like multitasking or not planning can really pull you off track.
Okay, so what should like people respond when their goals don't go so planned?
Yeah, that's a good one. I think the key is really having a routine or a system. So things like setting clear daily priorities, using tools like timers or the Pomodoro technique, and really making sure they schedule breaks so they don't burn out. It's about balance, not just strictness.
Okay, right. So, how can celebrating small achievement help maintain motivation?
Oh, exactly. Celebrating those small wins keeps your momentum going. It gives you a sense of progress, which boosts confidence and it makes the big goals feel more achievable. So, even just a small moment of recognition, like a little treat or a quick reflection, can keep that drive alive.
Okay, so like if someone feels overwhelmed by a big goal, what practical advice would you give them?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say break that big goal down into really tiny. Focus on one small task at a time and celebrate progress in that way. And as you go.
Okay, what are the biggest distractions that prevent people from achieving success?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, things like self-doubt, fear of failure, perfectionism, those can all keep people stuck. And also, not having a clear vision or not setting boundaries can really derail progress. So, recognizing those patterns is key.
Okay, so how can people overcome fear of failure while purchasing ambition goals?
Yeah, one big thing is to keep them visible and defined, like having a vision board or a regular check-in routine. Then anchor them in daily actions, small steps you take each day. And of course, having an accountability partner or mentor can really help keep you on track as well.
So, Deputy, what common mistakes should people avoid when setting goals?
Of course. Yeah, that's a really good point. So it's key to set boundaries, like deciding which tasks or activities truly align with your values and goals. Then you can say no to things that don't serve that vision. And honestly, being kind to yourself when you stumble is crucial. It's a process.
Okay, so in your opinion, what is the most important factor in turning goal into lasting success?
Ooh, I'd say consistency is probably the biggest factor. So staying consistent with your efforts, even when progress feels slow, is what compounds over time. It's that daily, steady commitment that really drives success.
Okay, so if someone feel overwhelmed by a big goal, what practical advice would you give them?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say start by simplifying, narrowing down, and just pick the smallest, most immediate step you can take. And once you do that, build momentum. Also, give yourself permission to adjust your timeline. Progress, not perfection, is key. You're so welcome. I'm really glad it helped. Of course, I'm really glad we could talk this through. Take care, and if you ever need to revisit or bounce around ideas again, I'm here. Goodbye.